And another victim has occurred from the drag racing events. The Hyundai E30N is no more. Everything is
broken,
fucked off. He's going to cry.
A little bit.
And how did it happen? Well, he drove over a speed bump at 10 miles an hour and everything broke off. And we also have our Toyota boy. He's doing a photo shoot. Everything is kapot. Zo gaat hem ze. Daar gaat ze.
Hij heeft er wel een dingen van gezegd.
Huh?
You made their truck.
Too slow. Je kunt er beter too low hangen, joh.
Okay, so a little explanation on what just happened. Well, we all know, Niels with his Hyundai E30N, and he was, driving around in Antwerp, and he was just taking a speed bump very slowly, and apparently his front lip probably got stuck on, part of the speed bump that was not even. It got stuck and it broke everything off, as you just saw. I mean, the car is pretty toast. The bumper is completely destroyed. The front headlight is damaged. The intercooler is bent, and that just from taking a speed bump at 10 kilometers an hour. So yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But that's not what this video was about. But actually, that happened 5 a.m. So he called me and I went pick him up. And now I'm driving home. I'm finally home. And in 5 hours I have to leave to go to Holland. But now I'm gonna catch some sleep. So this is a kind of weird intro to the video. So yeah, weird one.
Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Well, today we are going to drive all the way to Holland to fix a little problem that I actually self-created with the car, because my wheels are rubbing in the fender. So let me do some extra explanation. So we all know that first my car set on Bilstein Pro, Bilstein suspension with Pro Springs, so the car set a little bit higher as it sits right now. Then I thought that was a little bit too high, so I went with the Sport Springs, which I also actually originally ordered. That made sit the car a little bit lower. After that, I bought these Nankang NS2R tires, which have they are the same size as my previous tires, but apparently they have a more aggressive sidewall, so they are not stretched that much. Get away, spider. So they are not stretched that much as the previous tires because they have a more fat sidewall. So the more fat sidewall and the extra lowering had a little problem, because a few days ago I was actually having some fun with some friends on the left parking space, and I'm gonna show some clips right now.
Beter en beter om op te gaan, ik kan er zo wel op maken. Ja, echt wel. Altijd hier.
So yeah, I was, testing the semi-slicks. I was not doing burnouts and donuts and stuff like that, but I was really testing them to see how much traction they have. As you can see, they're not wearing off, but you can see they are very good used. And the traction they provided was very, very good. But there was a little problem, because I was turning in that aggressive and I had so much traction. My wheel here started rubbing in the fender, and as you can see, it did something, to the tire. So it's not that terrible. I mean, I can still drive with this, but it can be, a bigger problem once once this will happen more and more and more, and the rubber will be cut away even more and more and more. Like stuff like this. This is not good, but this won't harm the tire that much. So I'm just gonna, just, you know, drive with these tires until they're a goner. But also a bad thing that happened is it actually bends the fender a little bit. As you can see here, actually bend it back, because here it was actually sitting like noticeably farther away, and here also. So I got myself a rubber hammer and some clothing, and I pushed it back, and now you can still see it. I don't know if you can see it on the camera in the sunlight. Here there is a little, like here you can see it's not straight, and here's the same problem. So we are going to fix that, because pulling it back will only make this metal weaker and weaker, and it will rip over time, and just getting a new fender will not work, because if I do it one more time, then I will have exactly the same problem. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to roll the fender. So there is a specialized company in the Netherlands, and it's about a 1 hour drive away from me. We are going to go there, and he's going to roll the fender as much as he can. But there is a little problem, and he already told me that, and I can assume that he's right, because the bumper starts pretty early. But if you look at the inside, it also rubbed a little bit on the bumper, not that much, but it did rub. So get away, spider. But he has to really roll the arch, but still make sure that it will be nice and tight with the bumper. So that's going to be a little bit of a hassle. But as you can see, in the inside it really rubbed pretty hard. So and I want to do some track days very soon. I mean, the borders are open again. I'm thinking of going to the Nürburgring real soon, but if my wheels are rubbing my arches, then I won't do that, because it will destroy my tires and my fender. So yeah, we're gonna leave now, and we're gonna see if he can fix the problem, or at least make it less worrying, because I just don't like the bodywork of my car getting bent and my tires getting destroyed without me just doing a burnout. So yeah, let's go to the Holland. Okay, so we are close. Yeah, there is Greenworks. That's the place to be. Okay. So he is going to make my fenders a little bit better. Hooray. Okay, let's park here, because I'm actually 5 minutes late, but it was 1 hour and 30 minutes drive. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so the car is inside, and he's going to start to work. Here's a very cool truck, an older Golf. So yeah, cool rims. So yeah, it's a nice place here. Okay, so the arches are rolled now, and you can see it a little bit. The bend is still a little bit visible, but not that much anymore. So we are on our way back home right now. We're back in Belgium already, because yeah, I'm actually already driving for an hour. But in Holland they have that stupid law that between 6 AM and 7 PM you can't drive faster than 100 kilometers an hour on the highway, which is just the most stupid thing I have ever heard, to be honest. I don't have anything against the Dutch, but that law is just retarded as fuck. But they probably agree with me. So yeah, and we're back in Belgium now. I'm back in Belgium. I could drive 120 like it should. So once I'm back home, we're gonna have a look at the arches. The guy who rolled them, I just didn't have a look at them when I was there. I mean, I saw them visually, but I didn't start to film, because it's not that he's a mean guy or something, but he's a little bit special. Just say that he's a special type. So I just was like, I'm going to film the whole car when I'm back at home, and then I also could say if the test drive worked. And I'd say it worked most of the times, but if I corner extremely hard, I can still see it rubbing just a little bit, but really not that much. Just a little rub, really nothing too extreme.
because before it was really, you know, cutting into the tires and bending the fender. Now that's not the case anymore. So when I'm back home, we are going to have a look at you know, the arches. And we also got an update from the Hyundai from my buddy, who we just, you know, had a little accident last night. And you know, apparently the damages are like 5,000 to 6,000 euro, which is just insane. And imagine that it didn't drove, you know, against anything. It just hit a speed bump, a freaking speed bump, and his front lip is so strong that it just tore the whole bumper apart. It's crazy. It's yeah. I mean, yeah, his bumper, his front lip was very secure, more secure as his bumper. Yeah, it's you know, if the same thing happens to me, then probably my splitter just, you know, shreds into pieces like my Maxon design did. But yeah, it's yeah, shit happens, you know. It's so weird. One moment you're driving your car without any worries, everything is fine, and 2 seconds later your car is fucked up. And you know, it's not always your fault. I mean, he was driving over speed bump like I am doing now at 10 kilometers an hour, and then suddenly, you know, it shredded everything off, which is just insane. But we are almost back home now, and then we are going to have a look at the arches.
So yeah, as you can see, my arches are now a little bit wider as they were, but it really, you know, doesn't catch the eye that much. But you can clearly see, and now the wheel has more space to rub in the wheel arch. Not that you can see it that well, but now we have more space, and you know, it won't rub as fast or not even anymore. So that's way better. And you know, it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I mean, can you see it? Yeah, a little bit, but really nothing concerning. And you know, these are replaceable parts anyway. Here it's also, you know, noticeable. The only thing is, you know, this had a little dent in here because of the wheel rubbing in the arch, and you know, it's less visible now, but you can still, you know, see a little deformation. No, I am not going to replace this whole panel for that little small thing. You know, it's barely noticeable. I mean, the whole car is not in perfect shape, so yeah, it's okay in my opinion. I mean, it's still a daily driver, you know. It's not a show car. It looks great, but it isn't a show car. So it gets used, it gets beaten up, it gets damaged, it gets repaired, everything happens to it. So yeah, if you don't want anything to happen to your car, you need to lock it up and don't drive it. So yeah, anyway guys, ooh, my lens is a little bit smudgy. That's better. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.